Welcome to the Clinician's Corner, the go-to podcast for functional health practitioners who want to deepen their clinical skills and deliver exceptional client results. I'm your host, Margaret Floyd-Barry, Master Restorative Health Practitioner and Executive Director of the Institute of Restorative Health. Each week, I interview leading experts to bring you the latest research, case studies, and evidence-based strategies for reversing chronic disease with actionable insights you can implement immediately to elevate your practice and transform how you deliver health. Welcome back to the Clinician's Corner. I'm your host, Margaret Floyd-Barry, and today's clinical pearl comes from my conversation with Dr. Gina Nick, a naturopathic physician and the founder of Best Daily Ever, a glutathione supplement that has quickly become a favorite among practitioners. In this clip, Dr. Gina shares the personal health journey that led her to discover the power of the body's detoxification system and why glutathione, often called the master antioxidant, is such a critical player in lowering inflammation, supporting detoxification, and protecting the brain and mitochondria from oxidative stress. She explains how glutathione works at the cellular level, why deficiency is linked to conditions like cognitive decline and neuroinflammation, and the role it plays in protecting against toxins and DNA damage. We also talk about dosing considerations, timing, and some of the practical ways that she incorporates glutathione into her clinical practice, including for clients on bioidentical hormones, those supporting detox, and even in everyday scenarios like preventing hangovers. This short excerpt highlights why glutathione truly deserves its title as the body's master antioxidant and gives you insights you can start using right away with your clients. Enjoy.
You know, my journey started actually a long time ago when I first started practicing. And even before that, when I was in naturopathic medical school, I started to all of a sudden faint and have these weird vasovagal reactions. Nobody knew what was wrong. I had all these doctors around me. Obviously, I was in school and nobody could figure, my blood work looked great. Everything was great, right? But there was these weird things happening tied to inflammation. And I was actually at the health food store and a woman that worked there that I had befriended was like, "Oh, I just got back from this amazing detox institute." And I'm like, "What?" And I'm in naturopathic medical school. I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of learned about detoxification, but she made it sound like the best thing since sliced bread." And so I'm like, where is this place I'm going? So I went to this detox institute and it just opened my eyes to the power of the human detoxification system. I was blown away. And mind you, I'm in school. I had been studying nutrition forever, forever. But my experience actually going through a detox program and talking to people from all walks of life with all these different conditions who just got results, just by detoxing. I'm like, wow. So I kind of took it upon myself to really teach myself about the human detoxification system and really deep dive into it. So fast forward, and I opened my practice, and one of my first patients was actually a drug addict. And I was trying all the things, doing all the testing and functional medicine things that I've been taught, but I also gave him glutathione. And he said, about a year in, "Dr. Gina, of all the things you're doing with me, glutathione is having the most profound effect. It's what I really notice the most." And I'm homeschooling my daughter. I'm sitting there and, I was always dressed in all the garb. We didn't know what COVID was yet. And I was doing home visits and giving injections of glutathione and carnitine to my patients. And then the study came out showing that glutathione prevents a severe reaction to COVID. But I was home and trying to teach my daughter and seeing patients and all the things. And I'm like, that's it. I want to create a glutathione that is accessible to everybody, that works, and that tastes good. I'm going to hack the whole sugar thing. It was driving me nuts, all the sugar that kids consume. And so I got back the first formula and it tasted amazing right off the bat. And I haven't had to change it since. And it was kind of I feel like it was divinely inspired, the formula itself. I kind of woke up one morning, I'm like, okay, I'm going to put this in and this in, and it just all came together. I refer to glutathione as the mother of all antioxidants. It is the master antioxidant in the body. It's manufactured in every one of our trillions of cells. It's a tripeptide, so it's a combination of 3 peptides. And so it's a potent antioxidant, that's for sure, but it is known for lowering inflammation in the body, lowering inflammation in the brain. And then it's a very powerful detoxification agent. It chelates heavy metals out of your body. In the brain, there's less of a concentration of glutathione, which makes it's actually the reason why the brain is more vulnerable to exposure to toxins that can trigger cognitive decline, neuroinflammation, and all the symptoms tied to depression, anxiety, symptoms of autism, attention deficit disorder, and so forth. In the mitochondria of cells within the brain, right, is where glutathione works. That's where it does its magic in terms of neutralizing free radicals, neutralizing toxins, and rendering them inactive so that they don't cause DNA damage. Right. And we know, I think it's so fascinating that toxins in the environment tend to congregate in the mitochondria of our cells, powerhouse of our cells. That's where they go, and cause DNA damage and compromise mitochondrial function. And there's a lot of talk about mitochondrial health these days. Yeah. And so in the brain, there isn't as much glutathione there to protect the brain from these toxins. And there's some interesting data out there associating a lack of glutathione or glutathione depletion with conditions associated with cognitive decline, like Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease. So it's that significant.
Now, let's talk about dosing, because you mentioned too much. So clearly you can overdo it. Talk to us about how you know how to dose for a client in front of you. Like, what are some of the considerations you're making?
Yeah. So if it's just, it depends on what the symptoms are, and what the patient is facing. So if it's just to support detoxification and optimize health, or if I have women who are on bioidentical hormones, I insist that they take Best Daily Ever, and so usually 500 milligrams of the glutathione a day, before bed every night. That's kind of like the standard.
And that's the timing was my other question. So you're saying before bed. Okay.
That's when the body manufactures glutathione at night. So I'm like, work with your body. And so just support what it naturally does. You can take it during the day. I'll take it. If I forget to take it at night, I'll take it during the day. It's still going to help you. But in general, I'll have patients take it before bed.
Perfect.
Helps with sleep, and so usually like 250 milligrams to 500 milligrams is what the research shows has the effect in terms of boosting blood levels. One of the popular uses of Best Daily Ever in my practice is for people who drink alcohol, because it prevents a hangover. It just works. I am not an advocate for alcohol. It's a neurotoxin. I'm always talking about neuroinflammation, not your friend, especially for women. They have more trouble metabolizing and all that. However, I was asked, I'm like, well, because I was talking to a colleague and she was talking about, we should make mocktails with your Best Daily Ever because it tastes so good, And then somebody's like, but can't we make a cocktail with it? Like, won't it help to kind of neutralize out? I'm like, that would be a good experiment to take a cocktail and then add Best Daily Ever to it and see what that does. So anyway, there you go. In the name of science.
In the name of science. In the name of science.
But yeah, excellent. I mean, like you can use them both. For me, I always try, and if I'm giving something to my patients, I'm using it, experiment, just like like I'm experimenting with it too. And there's something about, like, I just keep taking these products, and so it tells me I need them and also that they work. And so, yeah, I do encourage trying them and just, being your own best teacher and researcher too.
I love it. Wonderful. So folks can find you at drgina.com. We can find the product at bestdailyever.com. And we will include, of course, in show notes, we will include all your social handles and all that fun stuff. Thank you so much. And what a treat. I get spoiled. I get to see you in a couple of days. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And thank you so much for sharing all your wisdom with our community.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me, Margaret.
Hi, friends. It's Margaret here with some news I am super excited to share with you. As many of you know, I am not just your podcast host. I am also the executive director of the Institute of Restorative Health. And for years, we have been getting the same request from practitioners everywhere. They'll say to me, I've heard incredible things about your clinical training programs, but I can't wait for your next certification cohort. Can I start learning now? Well, the answer is finally yes. And I couldn't be more thrilled about what this means for practitioners who are ready to transform how they approach client care. We are launching Mastering the Art and Science of Gastrointestinal Healing Core Curriculum Self-Study through the Institute of Restorative Health. This gives you immediate access to the foundational curriculum that has equipped over 1,400 certified practitioners worldwide. This is perfect if you're searching for the most effective approaches to help your clients feel better, faster, and get meaningful results. You're going to get all foundational training modules, curated Q&A sessions from previous cohorts, and dozens of real-world case studies, all at your own pace for 1 full year. Now, I want to be clear. This provides foundational knowledge and curriculum access. It's not comprehensive clinical training. You're not going to receive live instruction, the personalized mentorship, or the certification through the Institute of Restorative Health. Think of it as exploring our methodology before deciding on full certification. So for $1,400, you can dive in today instead of wondering whether our approach is right for you. And if you decide you want a complete certification experience later on, you can upgrade anytime, and we'll apply your investment towards that full certification tuition. Visit instituteofrestorativehealth.com to learn more and enroll in the core curriculum today. Your next breakthrough starts with understanding these foundations. The question is, are you ready to begin? Again, that's instituteofrestorativehealth.com. We'll see you there.